Hello, my name is Chris. I am making a short video today to show our foam cutter and how we have it set up so you can kind of see what we did and what tends to work for us um, for making any type of foam or cutting any type of foam from the real thick stuff all the way down to the real thin stuff. It can make it a lot easier and a lot simpler than having to fight it. And if you can't afford a large bandsaw, this is probably one of the best ways to do it that I know of. So I'm going to try to show you the cutter here. So this is our foam cutter. It's the Bosch 1575A. We've had it for 10, maybe, I don't know, 15 years. It works very well, very efficiently. We keep it a certain distance away from the edge of the table based on being able to actually reach it and operate it. And make sure it's always unplugged anytime you go to install it or take it in and out. There is a small plate that I installed inside the table here, and there's a gap in the table. I'll see if I can kind of show that a little bit. So there is a gap in the table that runs all the way down through and runs all the way back to the cutter. And as the cutter is pulled, it kind of sticks a little bit, but we like it that way. It slides out. And you can see the plate that the cutter still sits on today. It was slightly modified just a little bit to make sure that it fit in. And then that plate, which is kind of hard to see, I don't know if I'll be able to show it completely, has a backstop and the front there, and then there's two side tracks to keep it lined in, and then we just bolted it up through the table. I don't know if I will be able to kind of show it. You can see it a little bit there, way down in the corner. 2 blocks on each side. Fits exactly perfectly in between that spot. Keeps everything lined up and keeps everything square. So when you go to put it back in, slide it in. I'll usually use something like a roll of tape or something like that just to apply pressure so I can get it in. And then there she is. Now she's locked into place and she won't go anywhere. So when I go to cut, let me plug it in real quick, make sure it's okay to go. All right, there we go. So it's going to get loud, but basically there's a locking mechanism on here. I'll reach out, activate the lock, make sure that it's operating, and then I will cut my foam. So as you can see, it cuts pretty easy. Doesn't require a lot of pressure. This is 3-inch high density foam, very firm. It also works for everything from flotation foam and down. So you can cut through just about everything without very much effort. So the other nice thing is, because it does stick a little in there, which we did that intentionally, um, it makes it so that if you do have to back out of a seam, I'm sure you saw it move a little bit, it doesn't actually come out of that spot. It doesn't have to be locked into place, but you can still easily remove it, take it out, do whatever you got to do. If you do have to cut something, let's say you have to trim just a little bit off of something, you can take one piece of foam, press it against another piece of foam, and then run that blade just inside while applying pressure here, and it'll make it so much easier to just trim off just a tiny little bit of what you got to do. It's great for cutting any type of curve, any type of pattern that you want to cut out of it. It is phenomenal for cutting curves and arcs. And like I said, we set it up at a distance that worked well for us, so we could still reach in here without making too much of an effort, but yet be far enough out of the table that we can still be able to put a large piece here and be able to cut simple and easy. So there you go. So as you can see, it works really well for us. If it does something you're looking to do or whatever, and you want any more information on it, just let me know. And I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.